Friends, for the first time in my 8 years of doing this, something rather incredible happened. You see, this Genesis G80 Sport was on our doorstep, and we've been shooting a tech review, a first drive review, as well as an Ask MotoMan TV segment. And in the time that it was here, the folks at Genesis kind of surprised everybody at the Frankfurt Auto Show, and I think on the last day, they dropped the bomb on everybody of, hey, here's our 3 Series fighter, the G70. Now, we knew it was coming, but it came sort of on the last day and when I was in a Genesis. So let's take a couple of minutes to talk about it. Now the details are kind of sparse, but here's what Kumo found out. There's going to be 3 engines on offer. There's going to be a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged around 250 horsepower. Then there's going to be a 4-cylinder diesel. Sadly, that's not going to make its way to the US. Now, as an aside to that, this ain't just Hyundai or Genesis saying no. The US government's kind of been dragging their feet on certifying diesels for obvious reasons, because it's like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So I kind of get that. And then the third engine, and that's going to be the most exciting engine, is the very engine that is in this, a 3.3 twin-turbo V6, 365 horsepower. Now, in a smaller car, like a 3 Series kind of a car, I cannot wait to drive that. And if the mathematics hold true like they do here, my guess is the wheelbase will be a bit longer. Again, they didn't share that kind of detail with us. We'll get it in the coming months from the folks at Genesis. Kumo's got a very good relationship with them there. That is what we know about some of the specs. Now, if you look at some of the details, and again, I never like to tell you what you can see, but I can see some themes. Like the back end to me looks like a carbon copy of a C-Class. They obviously have kept this winged grille that Genesis came up with for the G80. It looks good in that proportion of car, because usually when you take the proportions off of a mid-size or a large car and put it on a small car, kind of like a C-Class, it usually falls apart. To me, at least in pictures, it does look good. I'm going to reserve judgment till I see it in person. And then the interior clearly shows more Teutonic influence. And this, they're taking the playbook from Lexus. When Lexus launched, they went down this route of, we're going to copy the best, and that's how people are going to come to us, and hopefully at some point they'll develop their own identity, kind of like Lexus has with this new LS500. I will say this. Some of the detailing on the inside, it isn't like all haptic feedback. There are knobs and buttons. Like to see that. Now, that's about everything we know. So I want to turn this around to you guys, and I want to ask you guys, do you like the design? Why or why not? And here's an important little parameter I'm going to put on this. Is there some sort of influence? Like I told you, I definitely see C-Class in the rear, but is there some sort of design influence that you see in the design of the Genesis G70? I don't care if it's outside or inside. Let me know in the comments below or via our social media, MotoManTV on Word, MotoManTV on Word, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that, I want to leave you with a fun fact. I am way late getting this car back because it's been an incredibly busy week. And so this came up in the middle of the week shooting the LS500. So literally, as soon as I turn that camera off, this car is going back to the folks at Genesis. And I'm gonna kind of miss it. So whether you've seen the episodes on this or not, you definitely should check them out. Until I see you next time, be später.